Oh, I should have put this on. What's up, Raider Nation? I'm Joe Morley, Raider fans. How you feeling today? Everybody cried about an apology. I want an apology from Geno Smith. And he came down, gave an apology, and then what? Exactly what I thought was going to happen, happened, right? Exactly how I felt, Geno felt. Like, he don't give a damn. So you want an apology, and then you're like, it's a fake apology. That's what we get from NFL players. That's what we get from athletes, right? It's always a fake apology. When your kid does something bad and you tell him, hey, go apologize. What do you think he's gonna do? It's the sorry. I'm sorry. Nobody. You have your reaction. What's up, Misty? I appreciate it. You get your reaction from the player that you wanted. Geno Smith basically made that fan's day. He gave that fan the 15 minutes of fame that he wanted, right? We Raiders saying feeling much better after Geno said sorry, and he won't do it. He won't do it again. He's not going to do it again. I mean, this is what happened when we encouraged this behavior in Seattle. We said, Geno, we loved it when you flipped everybody off in Seattle, but when you do it to us, we don't like it. We encourage his behavior. And Geno brought this on himself. Geno brought a lot of this on himself by the way he's been playing and his press conferences that he's not taking the blame. And then he finally came out and said, put the blame on me. You can put the blame on me. And Geno wanted all the heat. And now the heat's there, and now you're standing in the kitchen, the heat's there, and it's too much for Geno. Now he can't take it. Geno, Raider fans are ruthless. We don't give a damn. We went through AOC and Gardner Minshew last year. We brought you in thinking that it was going to be different. Because, Geno, you have been used to not having an offensive line. You have been used to having to get rid of this ball. And you're not making the same decisions that you made earlier in your career in Seattle, and now coming over here, you're wet in the bed. And now this fake apology is pissing more people off. I don't get it. Now, should we put all the blame on Geno Smith? No. And we're not stupid. Like, I get so many DMs that going, Joe, you're crazy to put it all on Geno. I know it's not all on Geno Smith. I know that. You know that. Everybody knows that. But he's not helping himself in this situation either. Everybody knows that this offensive line is shit. Everybody knows that Chip Kelly wasn't helping him. I mean, Chip Kelly's firing was a cop-out anyways. Chip Kelly's firing didn't do shit for this team anyways. It's just to save face and be like, look, we did something. When really the firing that you should have made is Brandon Carroll, right? Because he hasn't developed your offensive linemen. When your offensive linemen don't know what the hell they're doing and it's week 12, that's on Brandon Carroll. When you have 2 third-round picks that are offensive line and they're not even able to see the field, that's on Brandon Carroll. That's not on Pete. That's not on Chip Kelly right there. Chip Kelly's play calling doesn't help a lot. There was some bad play callings, and when you're running screen or draw passes on 3rd and 28, whatever, you're gonna piss the fan base off. When you're the last in the league in offense, you're gonna piss the fan base off. It happens. Now the question is, what do we do from here? What do we do from here? It's all Derek Carr's fault. And there is, Lorenzo, you bring up a good question. If this was Derek Carr instead of Geno Smith, what would the fan bases be saying? What would the fan base be saying? A lot of them, 25% of them would be saying, screw Derek Carr, get him out of here. And then the rest of them would be saying what? It's not all Derek's fault. It's not all Derek's fault. Geno Smith got put in a bad situation. And there was like somebody sent me a video of me being, happy that we got Geno Smith. And I'll stick with the facts. When Geno Smith came to the Las Vegas Raiders, when they made the trade, he was the best quarterback at that time. And I said that. He's the best quarterback at that time. Better than Sam Darnold. And people are like, look what Sam Darnold's doing in Seattle. There comes a time where Sam Darnold will drop off. And that when it becomes primetime games, Sam Darnold will drop off. Aaron Rodgers was the other one out there that you could have had. Look what he's not lighting it up. He's not lighting it up. Geno Smith during free agency was the best quarterback that the Raiders could run. Now the Raiders should have drafted another quarterback to go along with Geno Smith, right? They should have done that. That didn't happen. Because why? I think Tom Brady fell in love with Cam and thought maybe he could find a gem in the later rounds, and he didn't. And maybe the coaching staff and the GM aren't getting along. Maybe our coaching staff is trying to turn it around in 3 years. Our GM is looking long-term, and we're not developing the young guys like we should. But Geno's sorry, right? Geno apologizes. But I'm not putting – I mean, I love it. I love that we can say blame it all on Geno, right? I love that we can come out here, and it's the easiest thing to do. When you're a quarterback of an NFL team, you take the good with the bad. And when the bad is bad like it is right now, you're going to get shit on no matter what. And Geno doesn't, like I said, Geno doesn't help himself. We all saw him get sacked 10 times last week. We all saw him get sacked 10 times last week. Was that all on him? No. But was there times where he could have avoided a sack? Probably 2 out of the 2 out of the 10 sacks could have been avoided, and maybe he held on to the ball too long, and that affected him. That affected him right there. But when you're getting constantly hit in the backfield, and you're constantly not having time, and then the one time you actually do have time, you're like, it screws with your head, and I agree, and I'm okay with that. But to call him, Geno Smith is what he is. And Geno Smith is good, and he's a good quarterback when he has the offensive line, when he has the weapons around him. In Vegas, guess what he has? Absolutely nothing. He has absolutely nothing to go with it. And like I said, I put it on the post earlier. You can overcome a bad offensive line if you have a good quarterback and you have a good play caller. Well, guess what we have? We don't have any of that. We don't have anything. We're playing the Los Angeles Chargers this week. Guess what? The Los Angeles Chargers have a shitty offensive line. Say what you want about Justin Herbert. He's a good quarterback, and that's why they overcome a lot of this. So when you look at the Chargers offensive line, they had a game a couple weeks ago where they announced each and every one of them by their PFF ranking. And they go 66 out of 67, 64 out of 66. That was their offensive line ranking. What about Cam Miller? Why not give him a shot, or the other rookies? Cam Miller is not ready. He's not going to get a shot. I mean, hell, they want to even give Kenny Pickett a shot, and he has a Super Bowl ring on him, right? Pete is hard-headed. And is Geno the best quarterback on the roster? Yes. Sorry to break that to you, but Geno Smith, after how bad as he's played, it's not all on him, but after how bad this offense has performed, Geno Smith is the best quarterback still on the Raiders roster, and it sucks, right? And it's pretty sad. As an employee, you got to do what your boss tells you. That's his job, even if he knows it's not the right play call. Bad play calling was the first problem. Now we got to see if he can progresses a little bit. Why was Derek Carr ran out of Las Vegas? Because he didn't do what his boss told him to do. Josh McDaniels would call the play, and Derek Carr would be like, nah, I ain't doing that shit. And players looked up to Derek Carr. Geno, at the end of the day, does what he wants. You saw it in his press conference the other day when he goes, when somebody asked him, they asked Geno, is there an audible to the plays? And he goes, yeah, there's an audible every play, but I'm not going to do it because the coach called the play. And Geno's not going to audible. Sometimes you need damn audible out of that play, Geno. Come back to Seattle, the Hawks, Geno. Then, again, we don't want you either. So Sam is way better. Sam's not way better. You just have a better team around what you have right now. You have your defense is carrying you a lot in Seattle right now. It's not that he's way better. You're going to see the real Sam Darnold. You're going to see the reason Minnesota got rid of Sam Darnold and didn't pay him the money. And for anybody who thought that Geno Smith was going to come in here and be a franchise elite quarterback, that was right there was wrong. But what we expected Geno to do is just come in here and be an average good quarterback, an average all right quarterback, and just play the way that he has done. And he was going to make – we knew the interceptions were going to come with it, but we didn't expect it to be this bad. But then again, we should have known that with the offensive line. Do I accept Geno's apology? I don't give a damn about it. I think it's funny. Yeah, I accept it, sure. I mean – it's not a real apology, and you are never going to get a real apology from Geno. So why do people why do we? I don't even think Geno needed to come out to apologize. I don't even think the Raiders needed to apologize. I think they should have just left it as is and just kept going with it. It is what it is. What about AOC? What about AOC? Geno is better than AOC. Sorry to break it to you. AOC is not the franchise quarterback. AOC is not the savior. That's how bad Geno has played this year that people forget how bad AOC is. Do you not think that AOC is going to come in here and stare down the defenders? AOC never progressed when he was the quarterback, when he was given the chance. Did we win games? Yeah, a little bit. Was he better than Gardner Minshew? Probably. But AOC is not better than Geno Smith. You're going to get the same production. Hell, Geno got sacked 10 times. We might have seen AOC get sacked 12 times last week. Like, they're going to make the same mistake. They're the same quarterback. They're basically on the same level. I will be at SoFi this week. I don't know why. I do it to myself. But to blame it all on Geno and to be like, if you think we take Geno out of the game and our offense is 100% better, then we're not watching the same games. We're not watching the same games. Because you put any quarterback behind this offensive line that's not a top 10 quarterback, and they're gonna get dominated. They're gonna get killed. They're gonna get hit around all day, every day. And you can hope that maybe they can run around in the pocket and they can figure out how to get out of there and roll them out a little bit. But basically any quarterback besides Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, I don't know. You put these, they're going to get killed behind this line. So I just wanted to come on here and talk about Geno's apology. See if you guys accepted it. Do you guys accept Geno's apology? Do you guys feel better now that Geno has apologized to us? And if you haven't seen Geno's apology, do you want me to play it for you? Because I have it ready to go. But it's not there for you. It's not for us to be like, thanks, Geno. Thanks. I really appreciate it. It made me, Geno, you apologizing has made me feel way better. I feel a lot better going into this weekend knowing that Geno has apologized to us and made us feel better. Like, that right there should get us more first downs. That right there is going to get us more first downs at SoFi Stadium. I don't give a damn about apology. What I want is a performance on the field. We just fired Chip Kelly. Now, Geno, can you go out there and show that it was more Chip Kelly than you? Can we get the offensive line going? Can we get a win in SoFi Stadium? And and that's the funny thing. We're in that part of the season right now that Raider fans, we're going to fight with each other about everything. If the Raiders win this weekend, Raider fans are going to be pissed off, right? There's going to be a part of Raider Nation that's going to be like, why did we win? And they're going to be mad that we won. If Geno Smith gets benched and Kenny Pickett comes in, people are going to be pissed off. Why did Kenny Pickett come in instead of AOC? Why? Every move from now on, because we're 2-9 team, and we are a horrible 2-9 team, and we are a joke of a franchise right now. We just lost to the Cleveland Browns. Every move that the Raiders do from now on will be questioned and will be laughed at, and not everybody is on board because everybody has their opinion of how the Raiders should turn this around and how the Raiders should win, and not everybody's going to continue to be like. I'm on the point where I think Pete's one and done. Do I want to change coaches again? Fuck no. Hell no, I don't want to change coaches again. But what's the point of keeping Pete when he's 74 years old? He's already fired 2 out of the 3 offensive coordinators that he's brought in, and he hasn't made improvement, and he refuses to play the young guys. Like, if there was progression and they were showing some signs of life, then it's okay. But let's just use Pete, get the top pick, find us a quarterback or whatever we draft, and go from there. I think somebody's saying the same thing I just said right here. Jose, let's see. No point in keeping Pete. 2 coordinators already gone. Yep, Patrick Graham will be gone too. So what would be the point since the players will have to learn a new system anyways? Exactly. 100%. I think Patrick Graham is getting away with a lot of stuff right now too, just because of how bad the offense has been. I thought Pete Carroll was going to be a lot different than what he is. I thought the Pete Carroll hire, but now that you break it down and now you actually maybe we're blinded when it first happens, but Pete Carroll didn't get the hire Chip. He didn't want to hire Chip Kelly, so he didn't get to hire his staff correctly. I think Tom Brady built his staff with him and basically forced a couple of these guys on him. Then the rumor came out that the thoughts about Robert Saleh was offered the defensive coordinator spot at $6 million a year as well to make him a highest paid coordinator, and he said no. So then they went back to Patrick Graham. So really, Pete didn't bring in his staff. But at the end of the day, you took the damn job. You know what comes along with it. But like I said, I just wanted to go real quick, Raider Nation. I appreciate everybody who's been in here telling their opinion. I hope you guys feel better now that Geno apologized, and I hope that this makes a huge difference now that Geno apologized, right? So everybody have a great day, and I'll be going live on the Samoan Raider channel at 3 o'clock. Join in on that time.